the movie review is not number 9, right? It's a bonus podcast. Bonus, extra, exclusive, what did I say? Special podcast.
Hello Gremlins, so as Imouto was saying, last week we did a movie tier list of the movies we've been watching. However, due to some spooky technical difficulties, some of the audio was corrupted, and we were unable to retrieve it. So thump. So here's the result of our correct opinions, and we'll occasionally update this over time on the show as we watch more movies. That episode was lots of fun to make, so it makes me very sad face that we lost some audio. The link to our tier list will be in the description and in the Soma's Cafe Discord server. Anyway, enjoy the rest of this episode. Eggplant emoji.
Well, hello guys. What's up? It's us, the Gamer Gang, the GGs, the whatever. Back at it again for another podcast.
So we need to update on the Belle Delphine
yes.
subject.
Right. So apparently,
that is really old news now.
Yes, it is. So it is
Belle
old
Delphine
news.
is queen, and you need to all give her money on Patreon. Is the update?
Yeah, if you love hamsters, go donate to her. Basically. So apparently, she had a party, and some girl came to her party, stole her hamster, and she painted her car and painted a clown Pepe with a gun on her car. And
Belle Delphine painted the car.
Yeah, Belle Delphine painted the car of the person who stole her hamster. Well, I should say allegedly, right? Because I actually don't know the facts, right?
Well, she provided some good facts with that screenshot.
Yeah, that was
of a text exchange.
And the car, like, if you go on Belle Delphine's Twitter, you'll see the picture of the car. It's actually really good. Like she nailed the Pepe as far as I can tell. It was pretty good.
I don't know. This might be a false flag. How did she have that much time to paint all that? Unless it was
also assuming all that's true and not just a troll for publicity.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but,
see, we had the same idea. Just
I mean, whatever. Either way, apparently
yeah,
it's
because
not...
she had like a palette and everything there ready to paint.
Yeah, well, she could be doing this during night, like at night, and apparently she did.
In the framing.
Whatever, dude. So allegedly,
it
has nothing to do with the whole with her business. Allegedly.
Oh yeah, the bathwater. No one got herpes
because
officially.
We thought it could have been.
And Budo thought.
No, we thought it was business related, and I thought it was specifically herpes. But we thought it was business related.
It could. Yeah, we thought that possibility that it. Yeah. But it's not. And Belle Delphine's queen, if this is true, and she's not just doing a publicity stunt. But if she is, I mean, it's still kind of funny. And she's just less of a queen.
What do you mean?
Maybe give her $5 instead of $100. You know, the small difference.
Give me $100.
Her Mugshote had a watermark from the Metropolitan Police Department, but all the publicly available Mugshotes from that department don't have that watermark. So unless they changed it recently, it looks less authentic.
Yeah, and was she smiling at her mugshot?
Yeah, she was.
Aren't they not allowed to do that? They'll do it again.
Maybe they don't give a shit.
I don't know. It's the UK police. They kind of care a lot about your appearance.
Oi, mate. You got a license for that. You got a fishing license. Damn, the UK. Someone this week. Someone unironically told me that the UK was more free than the US. What do you think of that, gamers?
It depends on what...
I'm not saying good. I'm saying free.
Well, it depends on what you say is freedom. Is the right for anyone to do anything to you potentially freedom, or is making sure other people can't do things to you more free for you, every individual?
Freedom from it. So
because you need.
If I was to answer
freedom to other people.
If I was to answer this question philosophically, I'd say freedom is the possibility, the ability for you to choose what burden you want to bear. Then how do you translate that into politics is a little muddy. But
because as a society, we need to restrict some people to make
Well,
more
yes,
people
your
free.
your freedom stops where mine begins.
Go ahead and make fun of some journeys over there, or make do a Sieg and see how free your speech is, you Brit bonders.
Yep, basically, you can't have freedom without free speech, as far as I can tell. Like it's actually not possible.
If freedom is just measured in the number of gun violence, then sure, they're more free. But
Well, yes, that's a problem that America yet has to solve. It's not like again. I'm not saying America is is great or even good. I'm saying that America is free, more free than any other place on earth, as far as I can tell. Maybe a good contestant would be like Sweden or something, like the Scandinavian country, because I don't know them very well.
I thought we've been over this. Like Sweden is actually
Yeah,
they're
probably.
xenophobes and racists.
Yeah, I actually don't know that for sure. But anyways,
Well,
yeah,
there's enough creepy stories coming out of there of like immigrants being not treated fairly and stuff that it's kind of
just don't immigrate, lol.
yeah, just stay there with the war and get killed, lol.
Yeah.
5 head.
Oh, speaking about that, you guys hear what happened in Syria, which we definitely didn't see coming as soon as the news broke.
Something.
Oh, you know about the Armenian genocide and everything?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
Ottoman Empire and Turkey and everything?
Yeah.
Well, Turkey is moving back into Syria.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So like President
With our
Trump
friend
announced
Sean
that he was
Gilbert.
pulling troops out of Syria. And I was like, oh, well, I hope Turkey doesn't do something funny. And then 3 days later, Turkey is invading and bombing this first city they see.
Yikes.
And it's funny because they want to blame Trump for another world leader's choices. It's like, okay. Like, what was that on Twitter? It was like Trump genocide trending instead of Turkey genocide or Erdogan genocide. It's like, really? These people, this is not the first time these people have done this sort of thing.
Whatever, dude.
But
The whole Syrian thing is good. Like, we're gonna be the ones getting the immigrants. That sucks.
Well,
that
yeah,
really
he threatened
blows.
like if the EU puts too much pressure on him because he has a lot of the Syrian refugees in Turkey, and his excuse for invading is that he wants to make a little zone to put the immigrants so they can go back to Syria, but it's against the Geneva Convention to move immigrants into occupied territory, and if he's has his military there, it would be technically occupied territory, so he couldn't move them there. And that
Because
if
Erdogan is brown, so they can't criticize him. That'd be racist.
yeah, that's why Turkey gets away with this kind of stuff because they're brown.
I don't know, man. I'm seriously considering moving out of France, because we had a big situation going down in the past, I think, week or a couple of weeks here as well, where we had a terrorist attack at the how would you say, police, like prefecture,
The police station?
yeah,
Is that the
it's
same one or
it's not
the knife one?
Yes, it's the police station, except it's not exactly the police station, but it's an equivalent. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, so there was a dude. Apparently, like, okay, so that it's such a weird story, because basically it seems like the government is trying to cover it up and is lying to our face. Like, they're telling us, oh no, he wasn't, like, we weren't suspecting him of any kind of terrorism, like to how would you say it? We weren't suspecting him to be a terrorist or to be a radical Islamist of any kind. Like, he had never been reported as such, and he never how would you say it? He never shown signs of radicalization. So that's the official statement of the government. But the facts, and they're not checked facts, because you can't, like, the government is supposed to give us the facts, but a lot of the facts seem to indicate that that story isn't true. Some outlets are saying, well, he is actually converted to Islam 18 months ago. Other outlets are saying it was 11 years ago. Apparently some texts, like, he texted his wife on the morning of the attack. He said he'd bought the knife. He used a ceramic knife. He said he'd bought the knife, and his wife responded saying, only God can judge you, Allahu Akbar. So, like, apparently that's, but I don't know if those are facts or not, because apparently the government is trying to cover all of this up. And the scariest part is that the guy in question, so the official statement of the government is, oh, he was working in IT. And they stopped there. Turns out he was actually working in the, how would you say, in the intelligence department, the anti-terrorist department. A terrorist was working, possibly what happened is that a terrorist was working in the anti-terrorist department. And he had been signaled, like he had.
Was this person a Frenchman, or was this person like an immigrant of sorts?
Well,
or?
that's potentially technically IT, right? X3.
Yes, exactly. It's technically IT, and it's fucking retarded. So, but the lie, one of the lies, was, so first of all, the government told us, oh, he didn't show any sign of radicalization, and we have no reason to think this might have been a terrorist attack. Well, first of all, we have the text messages where clearly, like, if that's not a sign that this was a terrorist attack, I don't know what is. And second of all, he had been, and that's also a fact, he had been reported, I believe, on multiple occasions as showing signs of radicalization within his own service. And the government literally said the opposite. So they're lying to our face.
That's why you never trust anything the government releases as the official story.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
now also you never trust anything the big news outlets release as their official story.
Yeah, that's exactly, and that's the problem, because now you have people on one end of the spectrum who are saying, well, clearly that means there are Islamists literally everywhere in the working in the intelligence department everywhere in France, and they are the ones orchestrating those terrorist attacks. And you have the exact opposite end of the spectrum, which is like, well, don't say, you shouldn't say that these were Islamist attacks, even if they are, because people might do the confusion and might think all Muslims are terrorists and what. Both ends are kind of retarded, but at the same time, I can understand both of them, especially like the second, like the.
Well, isn't the government still dealing with the vest people? Maybe they didn't want another incident, to run concurrently with that. Maybe they're just trying to
maybe, but
keep mass panic.
Maybe, but lying isn't going to help. Like long term, it's not going to work. Long term, it's not going to work. We've had this problem with terrorism for quite a while now. Now it's not 9/11 level of terrorism, but it's chronic. It's chronic terrorism here in France. Like, actually. And it's worrisome. I mean, obviously every single country has its problem, but when the problem comes from the inside and you have your part of your population that's starting to murder the other part of your population.
The government's not doing enough to help prevent it, or is it the immigrants that are causing the problem? Like, okay, so I think it's a bit maybe
of
this
both.
is what they want to try to figure out. I think it's a bit of both. Maybe they want to.
So I believe. So I've seen an interesting. I don't know enough about politics and sociology to re-answer that question. What I do know is that once you have over, I believe it's 6% of the population that immigrates from a specific culture, they aren't going to to assimilate the culture that they are immigrating to. The thing is, we have a lot of Muslims in France. I wouldn't be surprised if it was over 6%, especially in places like Paris. Like it's a lot of immigrants, a lot of African people, a lot of black people, a lot of Muslims. And again, I'm not trying to make amalgams. I'm not trying to generalize things. I am stating a fact, which is that in terms of culture, Muslims do share that. I don't know if I should say Islamic culture or Muslim culture or whatever, but you get what I mean. And so they all share that same culture for the most part. And so studies show that it's likely that they won't integrate and they will segregate themselves. And that's when communication stops between, there's a pocket of culture inside our culture. And those two cultures actually, the Western culture and the Islamic culture don't actually cohabitate very well at all. And so when they can't communicate, well, you start having an actual problem. It's almost a civil war. Except it's not a civil war, it's acts of terrorism. That's what I know. I don't know if it's religion. I don't know if it's politics, immigration. I don't know what the problem is. I think it's I know that there is a big economic incentive for France to get as many uh, people from North Africa to immigrate to France because they are cheap labor, and they are well educated. Lots of my colleagues are from North Africa. Like yeah, lots of my colleagues are from North Africa, and they're very fine people. They're Muslims. Some of them are Muslims. Some of them aren't religious. Doesn't really matter to me. They're fine people as far as I can tell. However, I know it's the case where I work. I know it was the case at school. I know it's the case where my sister works. I know it's the case pretty much everywhere. You have a lot of people from Islamic culture from North Africa, and I'm not saying that itself is a problem, but I'm not surprised that we see those pockets of culture pop, and again, it makes sense that Western culture and Islamic culture can't cohabitate. And the problem we're seeing today does not surprise me. So I don't know what, like, the problem seems to be that two cultures cannot cohabitate.
Well, this has like been a debate for or about refugees and everything for a while. It's like, do we let them make their own little enclaves when we bring them in, or do we separate them so they can more easily, integrate, so they don't make a small community where they can't communicate with the outside world?
Well, that's the thing. We don't
should
have.
just nuke the Middle East and get it all over with. Turn it all to glass.
Well, I'm saying, like, I think that's something that Sweden and the Nordic countries are doing. Like, when the immigrants come there, they don't let them live right next to each other. They spread them out in the towns, so they can't make these, like, small communities. That's why we don't really hear anything up there.
Yeah, except France is trying to be free. It's trying. It's trying.
Yeah, whereas
now
a
it's
lot of other
dangerous.
countries let them all be in one area, so you get these little communities where these people, they don't need to communicate with the outside world. They don't need to really try to integrate because they're with their own people already. And that might be what the problem is.
I think it's
Neighborhoods of terror. Relieved.
Yeah, just put them in camps, right? They want to be together, fine.
I mean, they're technically in camps already.
No,
just like,
no.
I mean,
no, they're not.
Well, in a sense that they're all in one area. And
They're not
area
actually.
Well,
they are sort of. They are centered around specific areas, but they're not walled inside a specific area where there's.
I meant like an
Muslim
ideological camp, right?
That's called segregation. They're segregating themselves, but it's not a camp.
Okay, I guess whatever. That's fair. Okay, they're more segregated.
I know what you mean, but there's a big difference, and the difference is there are no physical walls, and they're not actually all alone inside that segregation zone.
We need to rip them apart. No, just kidding.
I mean,
They have human rights. Goddamn Westerners and their beliefs.
yeah, I think. I mean, that's part of why I want to move out of Paris. Also, you don't see as many immigrants in smaller villages and towns. Like, I was in Normandy and I was in Alençon.
You can just from the beaches.
There were no beaches where I was.
Oh,
there were
a lot of
bitches,
cliffs,
though.
right?
Some pretty hot girls, and there were like very few black people, very few Muslims. I mean, Arabic. Brown people.
Did you see any spooky World War II ghosts?
No, I did not. And like,
Yep.
though there were a few, but like I didn't feel like I
few ghosts. What?
I felt much safer there than I do in Paris. I don't feel
safer
safe
with
in
the
Paris.
ghosts?
I felt, yes, actually, because they're warriors, right? And they're white, so they'd fight for me. They would spook the Muslims away.
Is Imouto a closet racist?
Closet? What do you mean? What closet?
We're brown people, or do we have to be scared of you?
Yes. Why do you think I want to meet you so badly? Do you think it's to shake hands?
Did you hear any spooky, disembodied M1 rampings?
I don't think do you know that meme?
No.
The ping? I don't think he knows that meme.
You mean ICMP?
That's an American meme.
Uh-huh. I want to live in America.
Just come here. We're gonna have a civil war. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I thought about that. But But I I don't
Just
think
don't
I'm
be
gonna.
towards any big cities.
Yeah, right. I don't like. I actually want.
Go to Portland. Diva Gremlin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Portland. I actually do wanna. Part of me really wants to marry an American girl. Like actually.
I think it's only 5 years for you to get citizenship if you marry an American, instead of the regular 10 years. So.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
yeah,
and speaking
I'll-
of Portland, someone just got ran over and killed. There was an Antifa member,
Really? Oh, okay, then whatever.
like right
But
outside
American
one of
girls
their
are
clubs.
fatties.
I mean, then they're gonna say, "Oh, some racist." I mean, if they had some police presence, maybe that wouldn't have happened. I'm just
Well-
saying. I'm just saying. You know.
I'll give the quick rundown of the story. It's early in the morning, or the information we know, and some guy was run over, according to the report, and then the vehicle that ran him over was shot at by the associates of the person ran over, and then the person drove into the building of a Democratic Party, and then they don't know where the car went. They're just gone.
What?
You know, the car runs into a building, gets shot at, and they still haven't found it, and it's been more than a day. Oh, yeah, I guess Tim talked about it too.
Okay, that's.
And
a
I mean,
weird story.
to be honest, I don't blame the Portland police for not making this a priority, considering all those Antifa members are constantly saying the police suck and they don't want them to be there. So it's like,
I
hey,
say, just leave Portland. Wait for God to rain some fire, and then we'll be fine, right? Just start over.
I don't know. My headcanon is that Antifa is kind of known to stop random people. Maybe one of the Antifa members were just drunk and he was waving his gun around and freaked out someone. So they sped off and hit the guy. And then they got shot at, so they sped off again. Or it's the Civil War starting. It's okay. Either's okay with me.
What would you do if there actually was a civil war? What would you do?
I guess it kind of depends on what sort of civil war it is. Is it like
The real
just
4D chess move would be to start a war with Russia, and then Putin will nuke the West Coast, and hopefully kill all the Antifa retards in Portland.
Yeah, and California too. They're not really worth it. Apparently, some guy died because the power company in California just cut off everyone's power for fears of starting a fire, and his oxygen machine wasn't getting enough power, so he died.
That's
Imagine living
horrible.
in a state where they're just gonna say, "Hey, you're not having power for the next week and a half. Sorry."
Nuke the Black Plague out of existence. 5D chess move.
Jesus Christ! Oh my Chiba Liba. That's horrible.
And also, I guess to be fair, for
Imagine-
the power company,
imagine
they have
you-
been,
imagine
been
you
telling them
have
for
a-
months that it's gonna happen.
Imagine
So-
you have a really bad disease and like you can barely breathe, and you need that machine to survive, and then suddenly your lungs just stop working. Because that machine basically is that person's lungs, right?
Yeah.
Like, just imagine that. Just picture that. You can't. He could probably barely move already. Like, he was probably very fairly impaired, and like suddenly you just can't breathe.
And for the power company's defense, they have been telling their customers for months that there were going to be times without power for the fire protection or whatever.
I see.
And so the individuals technically should be prepared for themselves, but these are the infrastructure of the country that we're relying on, right?
Oh,
Why
speaking
should
of
we
infrastructure.
expect it to just be shut off randomly?
Speaking of infrastructure, have you seen the new Kurzgesagt video?
What, today's Sunday, right? It comes out. I haven't
Yeah.
watched this one.
It's about what would happen if what happens when you nuke a city. Like, actually what happens.
That
And
sounds fun.
It's terrifying.
Just woke up.
I mean, we watched Independence Day. We know what happens when the aliens do their
So
kind of version of it.
it's really interesting. So they
Don't spoil
explain.
it.
Well, okay, I'm not.
Oh, whatever.
spoil
Spoil it. I'll watch
I
it
mean-
real quick 2x speed.
So they explain the differences. If you're at like within the 2 kilometers of the blast, within 11 kilometers, within 21 kilometers, and whatnot. But like the scariest part is the fact, like they explain that a nuclear bomb is like 4 different kinds of how would you say, natural catastrophes at once.
Oh yeah, that's
And
true.
and like no infrastructure can work. There's no infrastructure. So basically after a nuclear detonation, you are on your own. If you're lucky enough to not have died instantly, you're on your own in the rubble or in the subway, hurt and getting blasted with radiation constantly, with acid rains, and you can't leave the city probably. Like, you're just doomed, and you're gonna either you're already dead, or you're gonna bleed out, or you're gonna die of hunger or thirst, or maybe you're gonna die under some rubble, or you're gonna die because of the radiation. Maybe you're gonna die months later because of some kind of cancer, most likely leukemia. Can you imagine that? Like, just the failings of the infrastructure, which is really interesting because that really shows you that we are skating on thin ice. All it takes is one person to press the wrong button at the wrong time, and that kind of horror can happen. And then the problem is, if it happens once, then it's going to set off a chain reaction where, oh, you attacked me with nukes, well, I attack you with nukes, and then, oh, you attacked our ally with nukes, well, we're gonna attack your allies with nukes, and that's basically the fear of the Cold War, and we are kind of at that kind of point again, especially with China, especially with North Korea, all that jazz. So very scary times. Thankfully, most of the tensions revolve around the US and not so much Europe, but still. Please nuke Portland.
Like in this video, he's like, oh, people go take pictures of the explosion, not realizing that the shockwave is still on its way.
Yeah.
It's like there's people that don't hear about Fukushima and Nagasaki, or Hiroshima and oh my god, Fukushima's the power plant.
Yes.
Whatever, you know what I meant.
You weeb. You're pronouncing weeb names. That makes you a
The
weeb.
good thing is we're going to win cause we have more nuclear submarines just off the coasts of Russia and China and North Korea. Ooh.
Oh, I don't know about that. Wasn't it like a Dutch submarine or something that beat us in the war game? So there's probably other submarines that we don't even know about. They're just waiting for us.
I believe France has 3 submarines.
But they're our lie.
I believe France has 3 submarines. I think very few European countries actually have nukes, and I think France is one of them.
Yeah, it's like 10, right?
Yeah, but you only need 1, really. Nukes is the kind of thing you really
well,
only need 1. Like,
yeah,
the
only a
damage
couple.
you can do. Just aim it at New York City. Just picture how much it would hurt the US if you were to just
Depends
blow
who
the
your enemy
NYC.
is.
You're the enemy.
Well, destabilizing any large country will destabilize the rest of the world, so...
That's also true, but if you're already at war, and your enemy's economy crumbles, like...
If you're fighting against 3 countries, you need to target multiple cities.
I see what you mean. Yeah, maybe. Either way, it's really scary, and apparently there are
And
sort
we
of
have nothing
steps...
we can do.
Well, there are steps being taken, apparently, to sort of denuclearize the planet, but... And it's interesting, and it really sort of... I think in a way it's very, like, archetypically speaking, it actually resembles the story of The Legend of Zelda, right? Where even if we do manage to, let's say, beat Ganon, and that would be denuclearize everything, which would be a miracle in itself, right? There's always the threat of someone just making a nuke again, right? So I think that's interesting. And terrorizing. But that's why I want to move to a much smaller city. Not necessarily in France, but probably in France for the time being.
Well, it's more economical to just stay in France right now, right?
It's not just that. It's like, where would I go? Yeah, there's an economic incentive, but also it's a matter of logistics as well. Like, it would be easier to stay in France for me, obviously. Not just even besides money.
So why would you want to marry an American whale if you came to America?
I'm not sure I understood the question.
Don't you know, all Americans are fat.
Oh, well, no, that's not true.
Yeah, I'm not fat.
Yes, you are.
Yes, it is. I heard it on the news.
On the noose.
Isn't Mexico fatter than America though?
Yes. I'm pretty sure
They
that's
wouldn't
true.
lie, would they?
I don't know, man. I want an American girlfriend. I want an English speaking girlfriend. Cause like French is just too cringe. I just can't stand France for some reason. I cannot stand French language sometimes. It just makes me cringe. French people and their ways are just ugh.
France is the Japan of Europe.
What do you mean?
Your weebs.
Oh. Oh, that's actually true. I believe France is the second biggest consumer of mangas after Japan in the world.
Is it like a per capita basis or just a volume basis? Because I don't think that's true.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure. I know that was true maybe like 5 years ago. I'm not sure it's still the case today.
The quick math adds up. TP foo fun.
Quick maths.
Quick maths. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. Come on, baby, don't you make me late.
I don't think I've actually listened to that song. Only the meme part.
Do you even know what song that this is?
That's what I'm saying. I just know the meme part.
Do you even what song do you think this is? Because I think you're mistaken.
Maybe
What
it's a
genre
different
is it?
song.
Is it like a pop song that you're thinking of?
Isn't it that rap guy?
Okay, we're not. Oh yeah, okay. So I kind of mixed up two songs. Yeah, there's the what's his name again? There's Big Shock, right?
Lol. Fag.
But that's not the song I was singing. I was singing Sweet Home Chicago.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Wasn't paying
So
attention.
are you going to delete your Blizzard account, Imouto?
That's okay. So first of all, some updates on the whole Blizzard thing. They are lying sacks of shit.
Shocked face.
Yeah, I mean,
Glad you finally see it.
who would have thunked? So apparently, so first of all, Blitzchung.
After all these years of me shit talking them.
Well, here's the thing. I've never disagreed that Blizzard was overly harsh on their player base, but this is taking it a step too far. Right? So Blitzchung, Hearthstone Grandmaster player, so like top player in Asia region, Asia Pacific region, during Grandmaster streams. So he wins a game, he gets an interview with the casters, and he starts wearing a gas mask to show support for the Hong Kong protests. And he, like, the casters you see on the broadcast, the casters, they just shut up, duck on, like, they literally duck.
Actually, no, they knew about it.
their
That's why they
desk.
ducked.
No, they didn't know about it. I mean, they knew that what the gas mask stood for.
No,
But-
but they were suspended because apparently they knew he was gonna do it.
No, they didn't. They didn't. Believe
Oh,
me, they
well.
didn't.
I think they prompted him to say it.
I know how. So here's the thing. I know they didn't know, because the way these interviews work, like, they're done on the fly. It's like you don't know
Do
who
you
the
have
winner.
the translation of that interview?
I don't actually, and it's actually quite hard to find. But I know the way. Like, I know that I'm pretty sure that in American Europe, the way that it works is you don't know who the winner is gonna be, and you don't prepare anything, because here's the thing: you have to run maybe like what 4 or 5 interviews a day per region, so that's like 15 interviews in a day total. Do you and there are, and in matches there could be 2 interviews, like either of the player could be the winner, so you have to prepare 30 interviews every single day, or you could just not prepare them, because who the fuck cares after all.
So let's wait and see that translation so we can get our facts straight.
What
No,
I know is
I
that
know the facts. I know everything.
What I know is that the casters ducked under their desk, and like Blizzard's official position on that is, oh well, the casters should have prevented Blitzchung from saying that. It's like they literally did the best they could. They literally hid under their desk. They tried to sort of disassociate themselves with what was happening. It's not like they control the broadcast. They're just casters. If you're going to fire someone, fire the person who did not cut the broadcast immediately. But no, they still fire the casters. And so that's the first thing. Like, I'm really upset that they fired the casters. The second thing is, in their so they released a new statement where they said, "Oh well, Blitzchung shouldn't like. We try to be inclusive. We are a global company, and we try to be inclusive of every position, every political affiliation or whatever. And so we don't want political talk. And so in the name of inclusivity, we're going to exclude a player." The math doesn't add up to me. So even if they were being genuine, they are fucking idiots. But here's the thing: they're not genuine, because on their so it wasn't Twitter. It's on a Chinese social media. The Hearthstone account for the
Wait, no.
yeah, the official Hearthstone account on that social media in China said something along the lines of, here it is. "We are very angered and disappointed at what happened at the event last weekend, and highly object the expression of personal political beliefs in any of our events. As always," and that's the big part, "we will defend the pride and dignity of China at all costs." That's the official statement. In China, of Hearthstone, in China. Oh, that's the official statement of Hearthstone in China. And then they come to us Westerners, and they say, "Oh, it's in the sake of inclusivity." And also the best meme was wait, let me see if I can find it. Was the political situation in China had no influence on our decision. And that's the most bullshit thing I've ever read. How can you say that and at the same time literally posting, "We will defend the pride of China"?
Yeah,
so
it's kind of...
This is the kind of shit they've been doing for years, and people have been more than happy to ignore it until now.
Well,
maybe
look,
it's at a
guys.
tipping point.
Yeah, that's maybe you
as
have
long
a
as
point.
People are
Zeiss.
coming over to it now, I guess I
Yes.
can appreciate that.
Better late than never, I guess. I don't know if you're correct, Zeiss, but even if you are, better late than never.
Well, they've been operating in China for some time, right?
Yes, and
presumably people have
there's
been
been-
silenced before.
So there's been tensions rising, but this one is too obvious, right? You can't push it like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe it's just over the edge for this one.
Yeah. So I did, in response to that, like, I'm sickened. I would feel sick, actively sick, if I was to play Hearthstone right now. Which sucks because I love the game. I really love Hearthstone, and I love Overwatch very much, and I love Diablo very much.
Just like how Soldier 69 and Tracer are straight in China, but they're gay in the West. Gotta get those Western social justice brownie points to make money from the LGBT community, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't that video you sent that was actually really good, where in the West they're like trying to pander to our sensible, like liberal sensibilities and whatnot, and in China they're trying to do the exact opposite. So like, you can't have both. Right? You have to be consistent. You have to be one entity. Otherwise, you're just lying sacks of shit. And by the way, it's probably really funny also in China, because China, well, I know they don't have access to information, right? They probably don't have access to as much information as we do, because they're not in a free country. Internet in China is heavily controlled. But if, like, some people probably know about what's happening in the West, but in China, some people from China probably know what's happening in the West, and they can see that there's also a discrepancy, and they're probably very unhappy with Blizzard as well, because they're like, even if they were to support the whole Blitzchung banning thing, like, even if they are hardcore communists, even if they were to support the Communist Party, just imagine that a company that allegedly supports the Communist Party, what do they do with the rest of the world? They say, "Oh, no, we're not supporting the Communist Party." Like, even they wouldn't like that. So they're trying to sit on the fence to stay in the West and say, "Oh, just trying to understand us in the West." And in China they're like, "Yeah, like we the Blitzchung went over the edge. We will support China." You can't have both. It's not gonna work out. And I will wait for Blizzard to do something meaningful, and then maybe I'll play their games again, but I know it's not gonna happen. and so I'm gonna grieve a little bit because I love Blizzard games, not Blizzard itself, but Blizzard games, and I'm gonna try to find other games to play.
Speaking of Blizzard games, Call of Duty, the new one, is coming out in 2 weeks. So, unfortunately, I wanted to play this game, and Activision is now partnered with Blizzard.
Did you get it for
so-
free with your graphics card?
No, I didn't get that graphics card, so I don't have an excuse to buy it now.
Rip.
So
Yeah.
I
Even if
had,
I got it for free, I don't know if I would feel good playing it, unless
yeah, exactly.
I constantly
right?
complained about Blizzard.
Exactly.
Get
right?
Battlefield and play with me. Ooh, ooh.
I was thinking about logging into the Chinese server, asking someone to get a Chinese translation for free Hong Kong or some shit, and then just spamming that in chat and seeing how long it would take for me to get banned.
I'm sure you could just, I'm pretty sure that's just out there already. You just have to look for it.
Probably insta-ban.
Yeah, all voices matter, right? I think what they mean by all voices
except the dissenting.
No, I think what they mean by all voices matter is no voice matters, or all voices matters as much, and no voice should be heard except ours, something like that.
all voices matter.
Matter
we
as
will
much.
Make sure the ones that we don't like are silenced.
Some voices are more equal than others. Pig.
Yeah, in the name we will exclude players in the name of inclusivity.
Riot is similar, and they have a similar track record of bullshit. And it's worse because they're 100% owned by Tencent, whereas Blizzard is like 5%. There's some claims that the Team Hong Kong attitude is having their name only read as HK at Worlds, and I think they're completely preventing casters from saying Hong Kong.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so now I'm in a bit of a conundrum, right? Because most of the games, competitive like esports game I was playing, were Blizzard games. Now I can't really do that. And so I've thought about it really long and hard, like Zeiss's dick, and I figured I won't spend any money in video games that will end in Chinese pockets.
That's gonna be kind of hard.
Yes, it is, but it's feasible. What that means is I can't spend money, but I can still play the games. If I
You can't even buy computers then.
Yeah, okay, I was talking about video games specifically. I didn't say, that's why I said in video games. Because if I was to say, oh, I'm not going to spend money that's going to end in Chinese pockets, well, I might as well just kill myself because I'm going to run out of food really quick. But that's
Well, maybe
not what I
food,
said.
but like
I mean, even food packaging,
goods.
dude. It's simple things like packaging and goods and stuff like that. Like everything transits through China at
You can
some
become a
point.
subsistence farmer.
So
Make a garden in your backyard.
so that's why I'm talking. And I had this discussion with my mom trying to figure out where I should draw the line, and she had a really good point that I know the realm of video games. I know the landscape, I know the companies, I know the names, I know their attitudes, I know all of that, and so I would be able to make good educated decisions on the matter of video games, right? But anything else, I probably don't know what I'm talking about. And so I wouldn't even know where to draw the line. So it's still improvement that I would stop supporting China in a way that I know I can stop supporting them. But it would be going overboard to panic and try to apply it to everything. It's not hypocrisy. It's more like I'm aware that despite some effort, I'm going to be supporting China in some way or another. However, I'm trying to make that not as bad.
But China good.
Okay.
I gotta make sure we say that for the censors.
So that's why. So I could, in theory, play Hearthstone for free, but even though I
That
have
wouldn't be as fun.
I mean, even right now, technically, I have the decks, I have the dust. Even without putting money into the game, I could probably enjoy it for another 6 months or maybe more. But I just don't want to. Like, if I was to open up Hearthstone right now, I would actively feel sick. So I'm not gonna do that. The alternative I found is to play League of Legends for two reasons. First of all, I don't actually like League that much, so I'm probably gonna play it just a little. I mean, that's true because I don't like it that much, so I'm not gonna play it that much. And the second thing is, I really like. You can absolutely play League of Legends without putting a single dollar in it. You can it's absolutely feasible, right? And so my point was, don't spend money. Well, as long as I'm not spending money, it's fine. So my sort of what's the point?
The best way to have impact is probably to make sure you spend as little money through Blizzard as possible, since they're the ones who wear spineless, submissive bottoms to Chinese influence. They're all like, ooh woo, step on my Winnie the Pooh, spray my face with your honey, ooh woo.
Yeah, well, Riot is owned 100% by Tencent, so it's like they don't even have to release statements. They just censor you before you even say anything. But yeah, Blizzard trying to pander to literally everyone is just repugnant beyond words. I think it deserves its own term, blizzarding, where you're a company, a big company, and you're trying to cater to literally every market, and it fails miserably and then everyone hates you.
But that's literally already a word. It's like a weather event.
What do you mean?
A blizzard. It's a blizzarding. There's a blizzard going on.
Oh,
I don't know if that would It's gonna be kind of hard to do that.
well, I'll use the words I want. You're not China. You can't stop me.
No, I'm saying that because there was a meme that's like, there's a cold front, or Blizzard is bringing a cold front to the Midwest, and then someone quoted it and says, "Hasn't Blizzard done enough already?" Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, and so I checked the Hearthstone Grandmaster streams today. It was really
that one.
and it was really funny how the spam was really funny. Like, spam this Pong to help Hong Kong, and you had and so with the ping pong emoji, and then you had another one which was muddy bag emojis, and then our relationships with China did not influence our decision. Yeah, this one. Spam this Pong to help Hong Kong. To free Hong Kong. That was glorious. And you had the usual retards. No, forgive me. Redditors in the same chat that were going like, stand with Hong Kong, stand with Hong Kong. That's neat. Free Hong Kong, free Hong Kong. Stand Hong with Kong. And so you had in chat, you still had the usual retards, Redditors. You still had the usual Redditors going like, oh, look at people trying to do activism on a Twitch chat. And it's really disgusting, the attitude Reddit. Like, Reddit, Hearthstone Reddit, I don't know about the rest of Reddits, but Hearthstone Reddits were absolute, like, garbage. Because, okay, so here, like, they were defending Blizzard's action, going like a lot of them were like, I don't care, I just want to play the game, and, whatever, you don't have a conscience, but that's on you, like, whatever. But some of them were actively supporting Blizzard.
This is just about one company. Like, we're not even mentioning, things like the NBA kicking out patrons because they're holding up signs. And this is in the U.S. China's reach is pretty...
In Philadelphia,
pretty big.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, in the U.S., people are being kicked out for just saying something about related to Hong Kong.
Google Uyghurs. Is that how you
Uyghurs.
pronounce it?
It's Uyghurs. It's
Uyghurs.
the Muslims being in.
Yes, I know.
Camps.
They are being put in camps. Jesus Christ, my Chiba Liba. That's, oh God, spineless cowards. And if this was to happen in France, we would bend over backwards as well, like immediately. France is so spineless.
Can't wait for Sunny in Philadelphia to make their anti-China episode.
Yeah, you're right, actually. That's gonna be funny. I can't believe you have companies in the US that don't let you support a country getting freed, and all of that just because of money. It's absolutely repugnant.
Well, I guess their defense is, like, in the terms of buying tickets, you're not supposed to have
whatever. It's retarded.
Holy political things.
Yeah, sure. Because you bought tickets, you don't have free speech. Okay.
Well, while you're
technically,
in the stadium,
technically
they could be outside
yes.
of the stadium, right?
Technically, it is a private setting, technically.
I'm just trying to give the other perspective. Not that I agree with.
I
it, okay?
understand the perspective, but that's completely besides the point. You're still a
it's kinda-
spineless.
that's not
You're
good.
still you're still a spineless coward. You're still bending over backwards, selling your own values. If your values don't stand where it's the hardest, then they're not gonna stand at all. Put your mouth where your money is. Well, that's what they're doing in a sense. They're dumb because they're not letting you, like, their mouth is saying, oh, we love China, and their money is doing the same. Well, it turns out we don't actually love China, us consumers. We gotta despise them. Jesus.
No, they're putting Winnie the Pooh's dick where their mouth is.
Oh. Anyways, I'm really upset about China. Can we talk about something else?
What else is there to talk about? We already did the movie review in the bonus podcast.
I don't know.
And we
could talk about Zelda.
Oh, tell us about your experience finishing Zelda.
Okay, so first of all, I want to ask Zeiss, what level of spoilers would you allow?
Played Breath of
Yeah,
the Wild.
and I also want her to play through it as blind as possible.
Preferably none.
Oh,
yeah.
well, I guess we can talk about that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I won't say anything except that it was.
I mean, you
really
can just
cool.
say you felt good. I mean, I guess that's fair.
I was a little disappointed by the final fight.
Oh, you were?
It was really easy.
Well, you said you pretty much did a lot of the stuff, so.
Yeah, I did everything I could to get as powerful as possible, and then I was like, I used no food. Like I had the maximum amount of food possible, and I had those things that like each food thing I took was like the hearty stuff that would refill your health bar entirely. So, like I had full inventory of those, and I didn't use a single one. And I had like 100 of all the arrows, and I had the best bow, and I had everything. And it was so fucking easy. And I had the expansion pack, so I had the improved powers as well. But it was ridiculously easy. Like at no point did I feel like, oh no, I'm gonna die. He's too fast. He's too strong. I have to use. No, not even.
You're just that good of a gamer.
I guess.
Well, it's a Nintendo game after all.
Yeah. I know. It's kind of ridiculous. And now the problem is I love the game, but like, I saved the princess. What is there left to do? I guess technically there's stuff to do, but I don't really feel motivated to do it because I already saved
Finding all the
princess.
Korok seeds and finishing whatever things you haven't done.
Yeah, I have a few more quests to do in theory. But again, why would I? I saved
That's
the
why
princess.
I try to do everything before I do the final boss.
Yeah, but at the same time, look, everyone was pressing me like, oh, you gotta go save the princess now. Go save the princess. Okay, I'm not gonna like look for someone's wife to get a couple fish while the princess is literally dying. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
She's not, you know it.
Yeah, well, technically she kind of is. You know, she can't hold it in forever.
Speaking of Blizzard being retarded, Nintendo is also being retarded with their mobile Mario Kart game and their predatory microtransactions. Literally just make a good Mario Kart game for the Switch.
Yeah, I have the Switch Mario Kart game. I don't feel like playing it. It's not like kind of. I had the I really was into Mario Kart back on DS and Wii, but like right now it just I don't know if it's the game or if it's me or if it's just time. That I don't feel like I want to play it. It's kind of whatever. Oh, and so I have yet to open up Bayonetta 2, which is really cool. And apparently in my Bayonetta 2 box thingy, I have a code to download the first Bayonetta. So that's really cool. I'm going to have both of them. I already played through the first one, but it was a long time ago. Mayo. We need to do some fundraising to get Zeiss Switch with Smash.
Just give her money.
Yeah, just do a GoFundMe. Say you want to Smash. People are gonna donate. Say you need. How much?
So are you guys going to watch the Democratic debate on Tuesday? Ooh.
When is it exactly? Can you give me
It'll be boring again.
Can you give me like time and time zone? Because like depending on when it is, I might.
Probably around 8 p.m. Eastern.
EST.
Yes.
It's like 1 a.m. for you, isn't it?
Or we can just watch it the day after on 2x speed.
Wait, Zeiss, you're EST, right? EST is East Coast.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's -5.
It's 5 or 6 depending on summertime or not. Then it's like, yeah, it's like 1 a.m. 1 or 2 a.m. That's pretty late. Yeah, I wouldn't watch it.
Do you even remember anything from the last debate, Size? I'm just saying. These
She
are getting
remembers.
kinda boring.
She remembers everything. Obviously, she remembers Minecraft caves.
And I'm gonna boycott it in solidarity with Tulsi.
Because she has thick thighs.
Yeah.
She's pretty thick, not gonna lie. She's hot.
She's only what, 38, I think?
She's really hot.
We should elect her just because she has boobs.
And thighs.
And thighs, yeah.
She's a quality MILF.
She's not old enough to be a MILF yet.
I think she is. 38, that's MILF age.
Yeah. Yang did his $1,000 giveaway. Clauducar and Castro and Bito and Booty Judge were pretty sleepy.
Oh, I'm gonna go watch the Joker movie next week.
And Biden's teeth fell out.
Don't know when I'm gonna go watch it, but soon. Next week, definitely. I didn't want to watch it
has to do
this
with
week.
policy, right? Biden's teeth falling out.
Did you guys watch the Joker movie yet?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What about you guys?
I offered to buy her tickets. She said no.
Oh, because she doesn't want to get killed by incels.
Yeah.
I see.
Nope. Only have $2 in my bank account. XP.
Let me give you some money. Like
Size
you need.
isn't an egro. You can't
But
give her money.
she. Okay, no. But I'm not a random stranger supporting her because she has boobs. I'm a friend that has too much money. Just make a GoFundMe and I'll donate to it.
Why would I does that? I'm not desperate.
Because I want to help, and I want you to see the Joker movie, and I want you to have your middle eats, your snacks, your yummy candies, and also because quite frankly,
Joker isn't a necessity. It can wait.
and also quite frankly, you'll probably make much better use of my money than I will. God, I love spending money, but I'm gonna slow down on it.
Oh, you remember how we talked about the California power company shutting off or whatever?
Yeah.
Apparently California is on fire anyway, so it did little good.
Well, it would be worse. It would have been worse, probably. Yeah, I have a friend who lives in Cali. He tells me, like, he tells me one time he's been out for so long that his lungs were literally bleeding out because they were too dry, and he had to stay he had to spend the night at the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when I have to slowly use $50 over the course of the year, I have to make sure every one of my dollars has as much impact as possible. I hold my dollars longer than I hold my Flash in League.
Well, except in League, you kind of have to use Flash because cooldowns are a resource, and if you don't use them, it's as if you didn't have them. That's the other side of the coin. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's not. Please, no. I hear you typing, guys. Let's not get into that. It's not worth it.
What's the next topic? I think we went through politics,
Games
almost the whole time.
Okay, let's. I want to know, Pally. You are a
Is there gamer news?
Pally, you are a gamer, correct?
I do play video games, if that's what you're
Wow.
asking.
Amazing. So, what Switch games should I get?
You got Breath of the Wild already, right?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah. So there's that, and then there's Odyssey. Have you played? But you don't like Mario games, so I guess not.
I don't have Odyssey. I don't think I want to play it.
But there's also just you can get there's a lot of games just ported over to the Switch, so it's not really. There's not like a whole lot of Switch specific games because you already got Splatoon, right?
Yeah.
Isn't Civ 6 on Switch? So no more.
Is it?
Yeah, like I'm saying, like they just ported a lot of games over.
Wait, how do you play Civilization on Switch?
Well, Civilization is just a mouse and keyboard, right? Or just a mouse game, so
I guess.
At 25 FPS.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of Civilization, it's on sale right now. It's like $50 for all of Civ 6 and their expansions.
Really? I'm buying it.
Yeah.
Big.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna regret buying it. And no,
I was thinking about getting it. It's until the 17th or the 27th, something like that.
27th. I see. Well, I mean, I don't like Civilization. Is it Civilization or Civilization?
Whichever. But I mean,
You're
they go on
whichever.
sale like 2 or 3 times a year, so it's like if you miss this one, it's just wait until
Oh.
next year.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna play it. It's not even on
Just
my wish
become a
list.
pirate and get it from the free pirate store. Diva Gremlin.
Or that.
Yeah. So because I'm sort of running low on Switch games now. I mean,
Well,
I just
like said,
finished
there just
Zelda.
aren't a lot.
Yeah, it's just that I played so much Zelda. I bought the game about 4 weeks ago and I finished it now. How much time do I have on it? I must have like 120 hours in 4 weeks. That's actually quite. That's like 30 hours. That's like a full on. That's like a full time job almost. That's like 30 hours a week. Like, gee, believe it. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I love
did
that
the same
game.
thing when I bought it. Then I haven't
Yeah.
played it for a year and a half.
It's so good. That
I
game
need
is.
to play through it
Well,
again.
it does have its shortcomings, and I'm sure Zeiss will tell us more about them. But as I said on my website, I posted I wrote about this. There is so much love put into that game, like so much love. Some of the content is kind of lame, like some of it is really just kind of lazy content.
Like the food system. Like it's kind of neat, the idea, but I heard
But
they never
then
use the food at
but then
all.
you just get hardy radish, and you just put one hardy radish, and boom, it's a full heal.
Yeah, it's like I mean, you could explore all the different effects you can make, but
Oh, one thing that tricked me is that you can only have one effect active at once. That kind of fooled me. Well, we should stop saying things because Zeiss want to figure everything out.
oh, yeah, that's not really spoilers.
Yeah, I kind of is, and you know Zeiss, she has very high expectations, right? So we shouldn't say a thing. Yeah, this game does not even exist. I love it very much, though. You're gonna love the fairies, Zeiss.
I think that that one dungeon game you were playing, I think has a Switch port too.
What
Maybe you
game?
could put it on. I don't know. You said you had a roguelike game.
Oh,
that you're playing?
Rogue Legacy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
they
on
have
Switch.
a Switch port.
Yeah, but I mean, I finished it. Like, there isn't really any
Oh.
content left for me to do. Like, there's not now. All that's left is the endless grind of castle after castle. I've unlocked everything, literally. So I don't see a point. There is no more. There is no new bosses. There's nothing. My money is
Just
literally
search the
useless
indie
now.
cart. See if there's anything good.
Mayhaps.
Because the new Pokemon game's coming out this year.
I'm not into Pokemon. I'm not 9. I don't like Pokemon games. I've played it when I was a kid, and honestly, the only thing I like about Pokemon is the early game. For some fucking reason, I kept spamming the first hour of gameplay of Ruby. But like literally, I would play for an hour and then stop and not save, and then I'd start over, and I loved doing that.
You only like the early game. Sleeps.
Yeah, well, because it's fun. And I remember that one time, like, I used to play Pokemon when I was a kid. I did play it seriously. And there was that one time where I only had my starter Pokemon, and I only played him. And then I was, like, crushing everything. And then suddenly I'm at an arena, and I'm getting completely fucked. I cannot get through a single guy. I didn't even have, like, bad matchups. It's just, I can't take on all of them. And leveling is too slow now. So I'm pretty sure I quit that save after that. Pokemon-
Just catch more Pokemon. What the heck?
But I'd have to train them. It's boring. Grinding is not fun, man. So I kind of want to get, like, I had that plan to get better at Smash. I might pick up on that again. Might.
I mean, yeah, there's still Smash for Switch.
That's what you get for putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, right. I was thinking of playing Smash. Do you have Smash, Pally?
Yeah.
Do you have online?
I don't think I have online. I don't play online that much.
Yeah, I don't have it right now either. We could play. I could smash you.
I mean, are you sure about that?
No.
Almost.
Quite honestly. I'm really bad at Smash at the
Just
moment.
gotta practice.
Yeah.
I'm a Kirby
Actually,
main. Kirby and Puff main.
dude, I want to be a Bayo main. They changed Meta Knight. Meta Knight was so crazy on the Wii. I would spam him, and like it was just stupid. I would spam but then like in this one, I don't know if it was on the Wii U or this one or whatever, but they changed him too much. Like his special neutral special is not, no, that's not the word. It's just special, right? Yeah, his special is like it only hits once, and his up special is also kind of weird. Like you go upwards a lot more, but you can't actually float. I don't know, it's pretty weird. I don't like him anymore. But I like Bayo because it's like, oh, I guess he just took a combo. Oh, here goes 60%. Kind of fun. And then I have Bayonetta too, that I still haven't even opened.
Oh, you have a game right there you can play.
What? What's that?
You have a game right there you can play.
Yeah, Bayo. But I mean, it's a single player game, right? I don't know. Like, when I think of a game I really want to spam, and like, I had Hearthstone, right? But I cannot have Hearthstone.
Come play Apex Legends with me.
No.
Maybe you just don't like it because you
No.
haven't played it enough.
No.
You
I
play
know.
like 2 games and then
I
you stop.
know, and no. It's that simple.
Oh,
If the
Hell Let Loose is on free weekend right now. Maybe we can try that out.
what game?
It's a realistic
Big.
World War II simulator. It's free weekend until the 14th.
Boring.
It's like a strategic game. We can storm the beaches. Come on.
I'll storm your bitches. No.
They just added a new mode that's called Offensive.
What part of
and
no do you not understand? Is
I'm
it
just
the end of the
explaining it because I brought it up.
Boring.
We can just roleplay as night crawlers like Charlie and Frank.
Let's do that. So here's the thing. I really like Hearthstone. I like games that allow me to be creative.
Crawl up to the Germans and nod them.
I like the games that allow me to be creative. Hearthstone was that because I can be creative with deck building, and League of Legends in a way allows me to be that. Like there is a thing about League of Legends that I actually enjoy, and I can't really put my finger on it. But like,
Let's play Minecraft. Get Minecraft on.
strategy games. They just like full on strategy games. They just don't appeal to me. Like there's nothing for me in them. And you could argue, but League is a strategy game. No, it's not. It is, but it's also a game where I can express creativity, which is the part that I find the most fun. Even though I'm not gonna play Hearthstone anymore. But like, there's no creativity. Like, I don't feel like there is enough ways for me to be creative in a strategy game. It's more like, I don't know. Strategy games tend to be too complex. It's not that it's just that there is a lot of data. Like, Civ is the best example of that. But even Fire Emblem, I played a little Fire Emblem. I don't know. I wasn't into it. It was kind of, again, like there was nothing that seemed particularly interesting about it. It didn't scratch an itch. Like, I love Zelda because I love the narrative. I love games like Bayonetta and Devil May Cry, and Smash also to a certain extent because I like doing big combos and really flashy combos, and that's really fun. I like MOBAs, whether it's Overwatch or League of Legends, because there is that aspect of, because in a way it's like a living chessboard. You're a piece on a living chessboard, and I really like that. And I like Hearthstone because I can be very creative with it. But like a full-on strategy game, it's like, I get none of that.
Yeah, I can see that. You can strategically book a guest, or tell the guest ahead of time when to come for the call, or remember your plan from last week that we already had a specific podcast schedule. Full-on strategy doesn't seem to be your strong suit. Diva Gremlin.
We're gonna cut that part out.
We just need to play Minecraft again once they do another update.
All you have to do is write things down if your brain is too small to keep track of things.
Yeah, but I don't have the time. I was thinking I tried playing some more Dota Underlords, but again, it's the game seems slow. Like just in the way the characters move and whatnot. It doesn't have
just
the
overwhelming
same
because you haven't played enough
as something
of it,
like TFT.
Right? Like you can't process the
same
information because you're just learning what the information is.
I
Oh,
hear
let's
you,
talk about Discord. How like for a whole day and a half they had the broken links, and how there's a conspiracy that they're testing out the sensors.
What sensors? Oh,
sensors.
with a C.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, I'm going to set up a Mattermost server for us, so we're going to stop using Discord for these things specifically.
It was kind of spooky too because I posted a link. I was like, oh, that's weird. That happened. Then I posted 2 more. I was like, oh wow, something's up. But I didn't report it. Like as soon as it happened, I was like, oh whatever, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't want to use Discord.
And like I really didn't see anybody talking about it. It's just like
we could talk about. I mean, did I mention this last week that I'm working on this mini data center thing?
Yeah, your server.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a server. It's actually a data center. If I just wanted to set up a server, it would already be up and running, but then it wouldn't be secure. Like, there would be no infrastructure to support it.
Just put your password something other than password. Then it's secure.
Is it going to be made of hexagons?
Huh. Well, it depends on the user interface of the Mattermost server. There could be hexagons, yes. I said could. It's not a promise.
Can I post my nudes there without having to encrypt them?
Yes, it would be encrypted. That's the point. It would be encrypted, and only I would control what's on it. Because I own the server, I own the encryption keys. And the encryption keys would be secured. Like, actually, because I'd have the infrastructure to support that. So, yes. Like, it depends. Do you trust me or not?
So are you the key master?
The team master?
Key master.
The what master? Oh, the what master?
Oh, Fortnite is over. What?
What?
It's happening
Master
right
of
now.
keys.
What do you mean? Wait, I feel like we're having 2 conversations at once. Well, yes, I'd be the master of the... I'd be the master of the thing, because, like, I'd be... Like, I'd own everything. Literally. I would own everything. So, yes. What were you saying, Pally? Fortnite's dead?
I just popped over to Twitter and rip Fortnite is trending.
The key master of the encryption keys.
Fortnite is over.
Woo! Zeiss, can you play as the crab rave?
Yeah, it's like happening right now. I guess they just had like an
No.
event where the whole map just imploded and now it's a little black hole and then everyone got disconnected. Everyone gonna cry for their V-Bucks
Do you want
back.
us to get copy striked?
What do you
That
mean?
guy
we're-
doesn't copy strike anybody. He
Yeah,
told
and-
everyone he can use his song.
And also, like, we're not monetizing anything, are we? So, does it matter?
Well, you don't have to monetize to get copy strike.
Yeah.
Because
then
Google
what?
can write ads on any video they want,
Oh.
even without your approval.
Oh. So they make money, but we're not asking for any percentage. Basically, is what happens when we don't monetize. Okay. Yeah, and so
Imagine advertising with Google. Diva Gremlin.
wait, yeah, just use Brave. Can you tell us about the Brave software, web browser, and also
No.
the Okay. This was the great time to plug your Brave links.
So,
Yes, so. Anyways, so
you do it then. Diva Gremlin.
yes, no, whatever. I'd rather advertise my website, Imouto.com. Come
See?
check it out. Well, you're the big Brave supporter. I'm just kind of on this sidewalk. So what? Here's a question for you guys. When I have my server up and running, I could theoretically host any kind of server on it. So like, could be a Minecraft server, Terraria, could be any game, could be Mattermost, could be a web server, could be a NAS server, like file transfer, anything. What do you guys would like to be on that server?
Can you
And
host a Roblox server?
I don't know the specifics of hosting a Roblox server, but if I can run a Roblox server without paying for it, like without having to pay for the software, then yes. But I don't have a Roblox account.
Did you just say, what do you guys would like?
Yes. Oh fuck. Okay, my grammar.
X3.
No, you. What would you guys like?
You know what's Oh, sorry, I have to bring this up again. What's funny about the Fortnite map disappearing? The Apex Legends, for their season 3, they made a whole new map, and then suddenly Fortnite's gonna make a new map at 2. Obviously, they were doing it concurrently because they just didn't make it like in a couple weeks, but it's kind of funny.
Host the Joker movie on your server. Clown World.
I could. I could also because it's encrypted. So like
That's
if I get the
illegal.
file. You're illegal. Fuck, I can't believe I said that. To
You can't say that to a
Not
brown
if they
person.
can see it.
Yeah, exactly. It's legal if you don't get caught. Getting caught is illegal. But yeah, I could totally do that. Like if I get the file somehow, then I could totally host it. I thought about ways of doing the movie time without having to manually sync up and without all of us having to have the file prior. I thought of ways to do that, but I don't think it's very practical. So I think the easiest thing is just to host the. Well, I think what we could do for the movie time is I download the movie, and then I host it, and you can download it from me, and then we make sure we all have the same files, and you don't have to worry about your ISP tracking you or whatever, because you wouldn't be using torrents. You'd be just using SSL. You'd be transmitting a shit ton of data through SSL, but like they wouldn't know what it is. They just know possibly, oh, they're using HTTPS. And like they're transferring gigs and gigs in HTTPS. Okay, what could that be? Well, literally anything. And then they look up the IP and they see, well, it's like a virtual hosting service. And okay, what are they gonna do with that?
I don't want the FBI on my doorstep.
They wouldn't be. It'd be a private thing. Like actually, all they would
They're
know
going
is,
to find you, and kill you, and swat you.
I mean, not me, because I'm French. The police doesn't do anything here.
I don't know.
They don't even.
Guy got
They don't even. They don't even shoot other
All the
policemen.
more
killing
reason
them.
to kill you.
They know you don't have guns.
That's true. Even the police doesn't have guns.
So no more.
But yeah, I'm actually really excited to do that, to work on it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna spend the week doing that. I want to spend the week. So next week is my free week, my week off. I want Zeiss. I want you to stream because now is the time. It are those times now that I have free time to actually watch the stream. So I want you to stream some spoopy game.
Well, didn't you say you spend like 30 hours a week playing Zelda? That's a lot of free time, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, most of that time is during the weekend.
Mm.
And in the commute as well, because I actually bring my Switch in the commute.
I wish I could had my Mexican candies here in time to play spooky games.
Then let
Feels
me
Batman.
let me fucking buy you candy. Seriously, let me give you $5 and get you candy. Seriously,
Lol.
lol.
She has a
you.
wish list.
Yeah, but I asked her about it, and apparently, like you can't, like she didn't put an address. So
Oh, rest in peace.
yeah, otherwise I would buy shit.
Is on the wish list. Can just get me Amazon gift cards and I can buy it myself.
Oh, okay. I see how it'd be. You want to support Amazon? Okay.
So we're going to play Night Crawlers in Hell Let Loose, Imouto.
No. Because I'm not gonna play Halo Let Loose.
Have you even looked at the game?
No, and I don't want to. I've seen you post the screenshot, and it looked boring.
That was
Like,
just
what-
the mini map.
Yeah, the minimap looked boring.
It wasn't the actual gameplay. Well, I guess that, you have to use the mini map interactively, so I guess it was technically part of the gameplay.
Was that your dog?
Yeah.
I love dogs. I want a dog.
It's too strategic for him, small brain.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's actually been
actually.
whining this whole time. I need to let him out.
Oh, go take care of your pup.
Why
mean,
not?
he's
Like, I
not
need to
really a
go
pup.
walk him. Is what I mean.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think
Oh, are
I'm
you
gonna.
gonna dress up as the Babadook for Halloween?
I'm actually probably not gonna dress up at all for Halloween
You just
because
you just dress up for yourself. You don't have to dress up for a party or anything.
I mean, I thought about dressing up as like a cowboy riding a dinosaur.
Yeah, but that's boring.
There's no but. No, you're boring. Last year I wanted to dress up as Karl Marx on an ostrich.
Are you an Ancom now?
No, it's like the opposite. It's to make
Thinkies.
fun. It's to make fun of Marx. You know, imagine Hitler on an ostrich. That's kind of an ostrich from Austria. Thinky winkies. Or imagine Franz Ferdinand on an ostrich. That'd be funny.
Yeah, ostriches are funny.
Yeah, they are. You know what's not funny?
Or French on a Ferdinand.
Yeah, I want so this
What's
week I
not
want to
funny
do.
is I need lunchtime.
Yeah, and your dog needs to get walked. Not on, but just go out.
Yeah, he needs to go outside. It's cold though. I need to go buy him some new shoes.
So I think I want to do 3 things this week. I want to work on I think I might do a schedule for that. I want to spend some time practicing Smash. I want to work on my data center thingy. And what was it? Oh yeah, I want to practice the banjo. I haven't practiced the banjo at all this week. Like at all. And that's really bad.
Imagine having to practice short hops. What a filthy casual.
I will actually practice short hops. How did you know that? Did I tell you about it?
Yes,
Fuck me.
last week.
Oh yeah, I probably did. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Do you can you do short hops 100 right like perfectly consistently?
That shit comes second nature since Melee.
Yeah, damn, you actually have a lot of practice, huh? I need to catch up.
Yeah. Well, you have to imagine some people have been playing for many years now, so.
I guess. But I'm gonna practice really hard. And
Yeah, but your reaction time goes down as you get older, doesn't it? So it's gonna be.
and I already have that's why I also might not wanna focus too much on mechanically based games because my reaction times are
This
also
game can't even wave dash.
my reaction times are already so like bad. They're really bad, way below average.
Unlucky. You got the
Yeah,
bad
well,
roll.
yeah, kind of. So that's why, like, that's the thing. I love the idea of playing things like doing flashy combos, whether it's
You
in
just
DMC.
have to predict the future. That's what reaction time.
Yeah,
really
just
is.
read.
All the more reason to play strategic games like Civ. Relieved.
Yes, like I know. I just don't find it fun. I hate that the games that I find fun are gonna be the games that I'm terrible at, and the only exception to that was Hearthstone. Fuck me,
You can
dude.
force yourself to have fun.
Why is Blizzard a bunch of communists? Why can't I just play Hearthstone and have fun with it? And I tried MTG, and MTG is just too much words, too many words. And I guess there's
didn't they just released their virtual game?
You mean MTG Arena? That was like last year.
Oh, was it last year? I thought they.
It's
was a
I'm
new
pretty
thing.
sure it's been like a year. It's been multiple months for sure, and possibly a year.
Oh,
And then so MTG Arena is just too big brain for me. Too many words. And then there's Elder Scrolls Legends, which was actually pretty good because it's quite noob friendly. Like it's very generous in the free packs it gives you. Fuck, and now okay, Zeiss, I don't even want to play Smash anymore because I'm gonna be bad at it. I hate that.
Did they ever release Gwent?
I don't believe so. So that's the thing I
Yep.
hate. I love Smash, but I know I'm gonna be terrible at it. Like awful, absolutely awful at it. So like, part of me doesn't even want to
They
bother.
did release that game.
Part of me does.
X3.
I don't even want to bother trying to get good because I know I'm gonna be bad at it, like really bad, regardless of how much I practice. But I guess also like I might hit a ceiling, but it might be worth trying my hardest to try and hit that ceiling and then stop. But I don't know if like that's my problem is that if I cannot be the best, then why bother playing? You know, that's a really bad attitude to have, but that's an attitude I have. Is that I if I cannot be the best, then I shouldn't even start.
To be the best, like no one ever was.
Yes.
Well, it took Ash 20 years to win the Pokemon League. How long is it going to take for you to win a game of Smash?
What? You're so mean. Why are you so mean?
Well, I'm saying is you don't have to be the best to enjoy yourself.
I don't enjoy play. I do not enjoy losing. I think that's why Devil May Cry is kind of fun. Is because I'm just fighting the AI. I mean, it's not really an AI. It's just I'm punching in a sandbag, but then you can do really cool combos. Yeah, DMC is fun, but I want to play Smash, but I'm so bad at it.
Just play against the computer.
But I think also, I think I might be overestimating, like the impact of bad reaction times. Like, surely I can get decent at the game, even with bad reaction times.
I mean, it may be, but like, it's like 100% reaction time because you have to be able to notice.
Okay, I guess
people
I'll just
setting up.
Yeah, I guess I'll just sell my game. Whatever, dude. 65 euros for nothing. Like, whatever.
Well, I'm just saying, your assumption of it being like reaction time based is not wrong. It's just if you haven't tried it yet, really, then maybe your reaction time isn't as bad as you think it is.
It is really bad. I've tested it. Like, let's do it right now. So go online.
Okay, I'm online. I have logged on.
Logged on the internet, and on Human Benchmark, there is a reaction time test.
Well, if you play online, I'm pretty sure you get matched with players of a similar skill level, so maybe you'll get some 5-year-old kids who are learning the controls and you can beat the shit out of them.
Suck me.
Bad cuz bad.
What's your reaction time?
248 average. A quarter of a second. That's super slow. The average reaction time is 215. I'm at 248. What are your reaction times?
I got 200.
Yeah, it's better than average. Well, I mean, it's close to the average, but it's on the low end. What about you, Zeiss?
I'm getting it down.
Average 240. Okay. Well, that's about the same as me. Wait. So we have roughly the same reaction times. So that means I could beat you in Smash with enough practice. Winkies. Maybe that's good enough. Maybe I shouldn't try to be the best at Smash. Maybe my goal is just to be better than Zeiss. No, I mean it seriously. You know, because I need a goal if I'm gonna try practice to get good at something. I need a goal, right? And if that goal is not going to be the best, then it might just be to be better than someone else, and it could just be Zeiss.
Well, I guess it's like two things, right? Your reaction time and then the muscle memory. Like, so you notice something and then you're able to just do the motion. So I guess maybe like half of it is reaction time, half of it's being able to just perform the button presses accurately.
Yeah, especially with something like Bayonetta, which is very combo driven. Well, I mean, you have to be very reactive to her, like micro movements and stuff like that.
Maybe. I don't even know the characters or their moves. If you have like a year's worth of practice and play against me in my first ever game, then yeah, I'm sure you can win a few games.
Yeah, probably, but that wouldn't be fair. Like I'd want to win fair and square, especially square. I wouldn't mind trying it to like starting.
It would be the most fair we could play. Lol.
I hate you. That was just mean. You're just mean. You're just
Diva Gremlin.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, fair enough. That's the thing. But I don't know that I'd be able to. I think I want to spend a lot of time just being decent at Smash, not necessarily being good, because being good takes so much work. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's fair enough.
I think combo in Smash, I think you're above the bell curve, so I think there's that.
I mean, maybe. I mean, there are a few things I intuitively can do because I've practiced. Like there are a few button presses I'm really used to because of the practice I've had on DMC. And DMC is all about combos. So like, for instance, on Bayonetta, you want to do a you want to do your so as Bayonetta, one thing you can do is like you do an up special, and then you can jump, and during your jump animation, you do up special again to cancel the animation. So you're canceling your regular jump, and then you can still do your second regular jump. So you can effectively triple jump. Whereas normally you have to up special, jump, up special. Whereas here you up special, then up special again, and then jump, which normally you can't do. And it's really powerful because the up special is like chaining two up specials together is really good for combos. I want to play. It makes me so sad. It genuinely, I'm so fucking sad. I'm so sad that I can't play Hearthstone anymore. I love that game so much. I was good at it. I was knowledgeable on it.
Maybe you can play it. You just don't.
Fuck you, fuck you, Paladin. Fuck you so much. Why do you have such good reaction times? What the hell?
I've been playing video games for a long time, so it's
it has nothing to do with practice. Literally, it's just the way your brain is wired. You cannot change that. You can't practice that. Fuck me, man. I got unlucky. Well, at least I'm white, so there's that.
Yeah, well, some people roll the right things, and some people roll something different.
I'm genuinely sad about Hearthstone. I love that game so much. Put so much time, effort, and money into it, and I was good at it, and now I can't. And I loved playing it, and now I can't play it at all. It's honestly heartbreaking. I have a friend that was in a similar situation when Heroes of the Storm was basically cancelled. The esports scene, because he was good enough, like he was going to tournaments and shit. And
imagine putting money into a free-to-play game. Thinky face.
It's a free-to-play, but it's a pay-to-fun. That's how I describe it. Free-to-play, but pay-to-fun. And I like having fun when I play video games. Anyways, it's been like almost 2 hours now. You have to walk your dog.
And that's always my criticism of it.
Yeah, it's fair. It's very fair. I think it's also fair to realize that games are like, if the game is free, then there's like something weird going on. Because obviously you should pay for a service if you're enjoying it.
Like League of Legends?
Like League of Legends.
What's the funny business there?
Oh, I mean, that you get trapped into, oh, I really like that character. Oh, that skin looks so cool. By the way, I feel like in recent years, the skins have gotten so, like, before I felt like they were somewhat inspired, but now it's like, oh, we're just shitting out new skins because we like money. And that's all it is, like, actually.
Well, that's their business model, so I guess that's...
Yes,
that's
I
all
know,
they can do.
but, like, I feel like they release... I'd be interested to see the rate of skin release over time, because I'm pretty sure they've been releasing a lot more skins recently, and that the cost of those skins have also gone up.
Because, like, the platinum skin or whatever, I forget what
it's not just that, it's just in general, they don't release cheap skins anymore.
Well, isn't that because the consumer doesn't want cheap skins?
No. Well, maybe.
Cheap looking skins? I don't know. Is the effort to make a higher designed skin more than it is to make like just a recolor?
But there are recolors already. They're called chromas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, have they been releasing more chromas or no?
I don't know. I think so, yes. I think you can also buy them individually. They're just releasing a lot of...
And also,
Smash Pass Chrome is for free.
I thought they...
Yeah, that's true.
like, freelance some of that skin work, so that's more expensive that way.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
But it's...
What game should I play?
There's scale. Wait, I guess also...
How did you do that? How did you do that? That's not possible.
It's not
what?
Legit for me.
That's not legit. There's no way. That's impossible.
Diva Gremlin.
How? Fucking how?
She set up her macro.
That's... I mean, maybe. But probably not. How?
Here's my secrets.
69, an average 69. Christ.
Hold on, can you inspect element on this webpage?
Whatever, I'll just... Oh, you piece of shit!
XD.
I fell for it.
Imagine falling for the small.
Yeah, I was like, that's weird. You gain like 150 milliseconds. That's interesting.
I also have 2 million Us in my PayPal. Ooh.
Ooh, nice. All right, gamers, it's been 2 hours.
Set my reaction time to 0. 1 second.
Yeah,
I didn't inspect element mine. Just saying.
Oh, okay. So, gamers, it's been almost 2 hours. The dog needs to get walked. I need to go to the bathroom. And I need to... Oh, man. I need to cry and think about what games I could play now.
Just don't play any games. Go outside. Maybe that's a solution.
What do you mean? What's outside?
I don't know. You live in a big city, so it's like kind of hard to say just go outside. There's not really a lot of nature.
Yeah. I mean, I could go outside and get killed.
Play Hell Let Loose. We crawl the skin.
Yeah. Size, are we gonna play?
Why would you? Is it
a little bit?
So it's a first person shooter, right?
Yeah. But it's not.
And I don't want to play it.
You can drive tanks. You don't have to be the first person shooter. You can be the tank man. You can be the like the garrison commander and just tell people where to go. Like,
oh, really? I can do that?
You don't have to be the
Hell yes! Download that shit.
But
link it.
There's only one per game, and
yeah, and that's gonna be me. Link it.
But what if you don't get it right? Someone else can get it.
Then I quit. I want to be the commander.
Yeah, commander. That's what it's called. And you just
commander actually sounds fun. I want to do it.
Whoa.
No.
When I was commander, I would always just be on the artillery, and I would just do suppressing fire. So you actually didn't shoot anybody. But I mean, it's still fun.
Link the game, faggot.
He's going to get us all killed.
No, I'm not. I'm a good commander. I swear.
Well, you don't even know the game yet, so.
Yes, I do.
And actually, the game's actually much better now because before the resources were only generated by the locations you captured, but now it's also Oh, should we end the podcast here? By the way,
probably.
Because we're just rambling now.
Yes.
We should have ended it like 10 minutes.
You're
ago.
going to freeze up like Lieutenant Dyke. You're going to need Captain Spears to replace you.
Didn't he get like an unfair portrayal in that movie? Wasn't he like already wounded and he received like 2 silver stars or something?
X3.
Wasn't the meme that he didn't show up to the reunion, so they just said, oh, whatever, screw him.
Alright, gamers, that's it for this week of the Pawcats. Thanks for watching. And how do we end it? Like this? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.